We're back. By we, I mean me, with more books. Hello, hello. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Kelly Lynn Colby, editorial director at Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing. I am also a writer, a freelance editor, and a reader. In our great book haul of 2024, we have made it to October. So let's see where we went in October. First, I went to Copperfield's Books, our favorite indie bookstore where our in real life book club is. Love that place. So we went there for a friend of ours book launch. And so that was Susan McCulley. This is Merlin's Apprentice, The Mage. This is book 1. She was actually launching book 2. I hadn't read book 1 yet, so I got a copy of book 1. Signed. See, look at that. That's cool. See, look at that. Got to support an indie author and an indie bookstore and have a fun book to read. And that is YA fantasy, if I didn't say that. I also picked up while I was there my copy of Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Morena Garcia. This was for our book club. It was our December pick. And I've read this now. Yay. It was really cool. I loved it. I don't know if cool is the right word. Kind of grotesque, but I love that one. Future me, you can cross that one off. Already read. Also picked up Finlay Donovan is Killing It. I looked at this over and over and over again. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it. And it's a used copy. So, I'll just take it. It was all for the indie bookstore. It wasn't because I wanted the book or anything. No, I was just supporting them. Does that work? Anybody believe me? This is about Finlay Donovan. No one's surprised. She is a struggling novelist who sits down with her agent to talk about her new story, which is a killer for hire. And somebody overhears her and thinks she really is a killer for hire. That sounds fun. I would correct them immediately. Apparently, Finlay Donovan doesn't because there's a whole book. Also, I've been wanting this for quite a while. Finally grabbed a copy. It's The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is, I think it's got like multiple lives. Like if you make this decision, you can live this life. And so it's magical realism. I'm not sure what the entire theme is or how it ends, but I've heard great things about it and I look forward to diving in. And then picked up Wistress by Nadine Brandis. This I know nothing about. I loved getting these ones that's really, really hyped, right? Like Midnight Library. And then this one where I'm like, I have no idea. So it is a fantasy. And I guess one of the main characters, everyone has like these different gifts. I don't know if everyone, at least the people in this story have different gifts. And her gift is like every time she cries, she can grant someone a wish or one of her wishes is granted, something like that. I'm not quite sure. But as you've seen from as I'm doing this, I kind of like not knowing a whole lot about them. But this cover dragged me in and I was like, I'm going to try it. Last time this happened at that bookstore was with My Lady Jane. Never seen it before, never heard of it, and loved it and can't wait to read the rest of the series. We're going to try it again. Then my husband and I went down to Old Town Spring. We wanted to walk around. We love Old Town Spring. And turns out there's a new little bookstore that just opened up there. It's called the Book Nook. And it was in the back of another store. It just had like a couple of shelves. But they had The God Killer by Hannah Kaner. This is another book that I've heard mixed reviews on. Some people love it. Some people can't stand it. What is not mixed is how freaking stunning that cover is. I loved it. I wanted to support the little store, and I've been wanting to buy it for a long time. And I'm supporting a brand new business. This is good. The next day, I decided to hit the library, and I can't remember why. Sorry, it was the beginning of October. A lot of stuff happened in October. We traveled all over, which we'll get to in a future video. But I went to the library. I think it was to return a book. But anyways, I went to the library and looked at their store. I can't resist. And I found The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And again, this one, really, really hyped, wanting to read it so bad. It was $1. Worse than that. You have to spend $20 if you want to use the card, otherwise you have to have cash. I only had 80 cents. But again, they know me so well, and I regularly have them just keep the change that they let me get away with 80 cents. So it's okay. The next time I went back, I gave them an extra $1. They made 80 extra cents on me. But I can't wait to read this one. I'm so excited. The only thing I know about this one is it is a circus that pops up at night, random places, random times. You never know where it's going to be. And these two are magician apprentices, and they are learning how to be real magicians. But there's some kind of contest between the two. I don't know if like there can only be one or what that is, but supposedly there should be there's a romance in it. I'm so excited. I want to read this one. This is high on my priority list. You shall be seeing it again. Then I was like, I always go to my local library. There are two more just north of me. I've never been. I'm like, let me go explore and see what they have. And at one of them, first I bought the Spanish Love Deception, which I've already read and already unhauled. I gave it to my niece. And so that one, I adored it. It was just charming. I also got the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Look at that name. This is by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I have no idea what it's about. But apparently there's a Netflix film. I don't know, but I wanted to read it, so I bought that. Also got Not Quite. Now it says Nice, but I'm going to say Nice because this is about Nice, France. And it's by Celia Imrie. And it's like a women's lit, right? Like a woman in midlife decides to just go to France. Those can be fun sometimes. They can also be tedious sometimes, but the first page had me intrigued. I'm hoping this one will be nice, Nice. And Lisa Jewell. I've not read anything by Lisa Jewell. She is highly regarded online by thriller readers that I know. Then She Was Gone is the one that they had, so that is the one I grabbed. So we'll give it a try. And then I went to the second library, and they had The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. So this is part of Jenna's Reader Club. I heard a little bit about it, and then it just disappeared. So I'm not sure, what the hype is on this one or what to expect. I don't even remember what it's about. Apparently people get a wooden box on their door, and the box holds their fate. Oh, the exact number of years you will live. That's right. That was the shtick. The shtick is that everyone finds out exactly how many years they will live. We'll see what you do with that time. You can see publishing goes through themes, right? You can see the themes. And not only did I not have a Lisa Jewell, I also didn't have a Lucy Foley. So they had the guest list. I'm like, sign me up. Let me give it a go. Pretty sure, isn't this like new this year? If it's not this year, it was last year. It's something very recent. I can't remember. No, it's 2020. It's not recent at all. I'm totally wrong. But I had not read this one, so I look forward to diving in, deciding if Lucy Foley is for me or not. I don't really know. Sometimes thrillers are a hard sell, right? When you work in publishing and you edit for a living, you guess what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. So there has to be other stuff in it that really makes you enjoy it. The way they present it, the way they do it has to really enthrall you because the mystery usually doesn't cut it, which is why I'm not a huge thriller fan. But Riley Sager has been doing a great job in the two books I read by him. So I'm going to give some of these others a try and decide if this is for me or not. And I'm supporting the library. How can I say no? Those are totally not going to fall. Stay. All right. Then husband and I, we decided let's go up to Conroe because there is a Goodwill up there I had not gone to. I probably won't be going back. The only book I did find was The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. Yeah, I know this is a really old one. Plus, this is a mass market, and they're a lot harder for me to read. But it was like 50 cents. But I've been wanting to read this series. I'll give it a try. But that's really all they had. I wasn't quite impressed. They didn't have, even their book section wasn't very big. At this point, I've gotten so many books. A lot of times it's like, I have that one, I have that one, I have that one. Can't fault Goodwill for that, right? But it was such a small section. I'm not sure it's worth the drive for us. What was cool is they had a Second and Charles. I'd never been to a Second and Charles. I'm like, let me go try. We don't have a half-price books anywhere near us. I'm like, let me go see what they have. It was fun. I really liked it. So they had like brand new books, full price, and they also had, used books, like half-price books. I purchased a couple books I'd never heard of and a couple books I've been dying to read. So I got How Moon Fuentes Fell in Love with the Universe. So look at that cover. Look at that. It's so pretty. Who's this by? Raquel Vasquez Gilliland. And I don't remember what it's about either. It was really just the cover that pulled me in. It says, when her twin sister reaches social media stardom, Moon Fuentes accepts her fate as the ugly, unwanted sister hidden in the background, destined to be nothing. So it looks like it's definitely YA, which the cover kind of tells you, doesn't it? Quite frankly, it'll just depend on how much angst is in it. I have very low tolerance for angst, but I wanted to try it. The other one I hadn't heard anything about was Draw Down the Moon by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. Again, look at that cover. It's so pretty. And this is a YA fantasy. That's about all I know, but this thing is so pretty. I was like, I'm gonna try it. And it's not it's not a large book, so it should be a quick read too. Apparently I was having a pink, blue, and purple thing. But these are the two I had not heard anything about, don't know much. The other two, Richard Osman, The Thursday Murder Club, have still not read this one. And the people that I know who love mystery love this series. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one and seeing what all the hype is about. I've never read anything by Richard Osman, and his new book for his new series has been like hyped a bunch too. And I was like, I haven't even read the old one yet. So when I saw this, I was like, hand it over. And Emily Henry. You know how Happy Place changed my life. I didn't know I would like romance at all. Emily Henry won me over. So this was her new one for 2024. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get it now. This is my excuse. So there we go. A pretty conservative haul for me. Let's see. We had 18 books. That's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of average. It's not embarrassing at all, especially considering I've already read 2 of them, right? Ha-ha! All right, well, we'll check again next year and see how we do. We'll see y'all the next video. I have like 4 left. We'll see.